Hi everybody, this is Steve with Riders in the Storm. This is Season 2, the crossover season. This is Episode 6. This particular episode, this vlog, we're going to be talking about mostly solar and how we survive on solar, mostly with solar, out in the Arizona desert. We'll also be talking a little bit about crossover, some new storyboards, and Patty's going to talk a little bit about some stuff she does in the kitchen that also helps us out here in the middle of nowhere in the desert. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. See you on the other side.
In 2019, we sold it all and moved into a 2020 Montana fifth wheel and took our stories on the road.
So come along with us, will you, as we share our stories and our adventures on the road. And I got lots of stories, Riders in the Storm.
Yeah, Steve's full of it.
Oh, thanks, baby. Join us. Travel with us on the road, Riders in the Storm. Okay, let's talk about solar. We have a Montana fifth wheel that is 1200 watts of solar and on the roof and 900 watts on the ground. Strapped to the ground because it gets kind of windy down here. Listen, I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if it wasn't for I go where I'm towed. This guy, I met him a couple years ago. He comes down here to the LTVA and dry camps with us. We became good friends. Come over and checked out my system. At that time, I think I was trying to install 4 Battle-Born lithium batteries. Basically came down and watched what I was doing and shook his head. Got involved and helped me out. So I'm going to explain to you the system that I have now. That's my pigtail right there. Those are my Battle-Born batteries, and that's my pigtail. And my house batteries over there. But that pigtail is the secret for me, how I do things simply. So this is my power inverter. It's a 3500 watt pure sine wave inverter, and then I have 2 EPERT, I think I'm saying that right, charge controllers. I have 1200 watts coming in on one side from my solar panels and 900 coming in from the other side. And this is the basic heart of my system that comes underneath the front part of my fifth wheel. I have a few switches on both sides to control what comes in and comes out in case anything goes wrong and they trip off. And of course my Battle-Born batteries. And down here at the end I'm going to show once more, I think, the house batteries separated. I separate them out. Okay, so here's how the system works. That pigtail right there from that charge control, or excuse me, inverter comes out of the rig and goes down through this wire all the way to the back of my rig, and that's how I do it. It's no special wire, no transfer switch, don't have to worry about 25 amps on one side, 25 amps on the other side. It just all comes through the back of the rig, just like you're hooked up to short power or generator or anything like that. It's an idea that me and this gentleman that came over to help me, who's from I Go Where I'm Towed, the idea that we came up with. Originally, I would go get a quote and it'd be $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for them to run a dedicated line under the bottom of my rig, and then I had to be cognizant of what side of the rig I want to power or what I don't, what's on and what's off. Best thing to do is install a transfer switch so it automatically transfers and recognizes when you're in shore power, when you're in a generator. I took a gun to my head. No, I'm just kidding. It was just more than I wanted to deal with at the time. So this pigtail right here, I run through the back of the rig just like I would be plugged into anything through my pure sine wave inverter. So that's how I work. I had a great friend who put all the solar on top, and he's the one the first time suggested that I run a dedicated line. And I think most rigs have that. They have a transfer switch and all that, but I didn't want to deal with it. Plus it was astronomical as far as I'm concerned. I think that power inverter there cost me about $500, $600, maybe $7. I don't remember. I have to go look through for the receipts. And the pigtail, I just attached that to the power side of that, and then this guy just really helped me because I hardly know the difference between a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver, and he came over, and this last time we installed 2 more Battleborn batteries and redid all the wiring back there. It was amazing. Usually he just coaches me and tells me, hey, you need to do this or that. This time he got in there with a wrench and helped me get it done, get it completed. Actually, we made our own crimping tools because we're 25 miles from Yuma, Arizona. 26 miles from Yuma, Arizona. We converted a cutting thing that cuts padlocks off to a crimping tool. It was pretty ingenious. Lastly, I just wanted to show you this before I turn over everything to Patty's demonstration, the latest to our family, a Predator generator. Go.
Hi, I'm Patty with Riders in the Storm. This is season 2, the crossover season. And Steve was just telling you all about how we do our solar. And I figured I'd give you a few tips of my own, mostly here in the kitchen. And specifically here in the sink, because it can be a bit messy and smelly at times if you don't maintain it well. So these are my tips and tricks. First of all, after I have dinner, let's say a pot of spaghetti, I don't just wash it out. I wipe it out with a paper towel, and then I dump the paper towel in the trash, in my trash can here. I didn't want to show you the whole horrible messy one first, so I cleaned it a little bit. Cheater, I know. Okay, so that's the first step. The next step is that your rig will come with traditional drains such as this. They don't do a lot for keeping food particles from going into your tank and getting it gummed up and smelly in there. So one of the things that we've done is replace all of those with a mesh strainer. And they cost like a couple bucks each, so I have one in each of my drains. And then when they get clogged up and full and gross, I just take them and tap them off into the thing and then into the trash, and then I wash them off a little bit as well. But that helps a lot in getting rid of odors. The other thing is, I don't know if anyone's told you this or not, but you can take the little drop-ins that you put in your toilet black tank, and you can dissolve them down these tanks, which helps also get rid of the smells. And then also in the grocery store there's a thing called like Plink or something, lemon smelling. You can use those as well because it can get smelly at times. The other thing I do is we use a lot of essential oils whenever possible instead of harsh cleaning chemicals. And so I use this one, which is Thieves by Young Living. It's a household cleaner. You basically put like 1 cap of this for an entire bottle, and that is really strong at that point. It's supposed to be, for a heavy degreasing, 15-to-1, but most cleaning is 30-to-1. So this is plenty, and it works quite well for cleaning surfaces, and it makes the house smell nice, and cloves and cinnamon. So those are my cleaning tips, and no, I'm not sponsored by Thieves, Young Living at all.
Okay, let's see if we can share some storyboards with you now. This is a new storyboard. Patty had one where these people were in this room with weird carpet. It didn't set right with her. Didn't feel right with her. She came up with an idea to make these, to make this one. This, as you can see, is a deeder in the middle, a pyramid within a pyramid within a pyramid, and it's much better. Looks better than this older one, which we tried to do. This is a group of high, rich, wealthy, muckety-muck people. Dieter's trying to explain to them. We've had another crossover, and the only thing I liked about it is that guy walking back and forth with the smoking the cigar in the back. That was pretty cool, pretty funny. Anyway, this is what it looks like now. This is not perfect. It's not exactly the way that I envisioned it when I saw the story in my mind, but it's better. And you can see that this is the most powerful people in the world. Dieter's in the middle of them. They're rich, they're wealthy, they're educated, well educated. They're what I like to call the dark UN, United Nations, the dark side. Dieter's getting together with them. He's trying to explain to them they've had another crossover. Two children have met. It happened one other time in history. It helped them get their power originally, and he's trying to explain to them that he believes it's real, it's authentic. He's going to explain this to them so that they can help him running up the food chain. He's got to get their voices behind his to take it to Master Man. Master Man is an evil head dude. He's like, what's the guy with Star Wars? Who's the evil guy, the Emperor? He's like that. And so that's what he's trying to do, is explain to him we have another crossover. And we're introducing a new character now. This is Donald and full-grown Sarah. And they're talking. He's come to the wedding rehearsal, and now he's explaining to her, this is Donald. He's had a few cocktails. No wife of mine is going to teach little bratty kids how to draw with crayons. He's looking for a trophy wife. He's looking to appease others other than not only himself, but others in his life. And Sarah, bless her heart, is extremely patient with him, and she thinks he's in love with him. Super excited, as most women are, to get married. This is Lily coming in on the elevator. She's coming into the banquet hall to the rehearsal. She's a very important person in the life of of Sarah. And she's actually gave her a necklace when she was a little girl, and that's what Thomas thinks he's looking for, as Lily is from her. She's arriving at the banquet hall in the elevator looking for Sarah. And when she gets off the elevator, she's asking for directions. She runs into Donald, and Donald is on the phone. He's actually on the phone with his girlfriend. Yeah, that's the kind of guy Donald is. And he gives her directions. Go down the hallway there to the banquet. That's where they're held in the rehearsal. And Lily notices that he has in his hand not only a phone, but in the other hand, he has this unique business card that has no email, has no phone number, nothing like that. Just this symbol of a pyramid, and this is who Donald actually works for. And his job is to keep an eye on Sarah. And what better way to keep an eye on Sarah than to marry her? And that's what his whole thinking is. And he's got to check in with the powers that be. Now, Lily has put her hand up like that because Donald has had, as I previously mentioned, a few cocktails, and she can smell it on his breath. He's actually trying to get his girlfriend to get off the phone, stop worrying about what he's doing, and this marriage is nothing, doesn't mean anything. And baby, I got to get off the phone and talk to the powers that be. They're wanting me to call in. I got to check in. That's what's going on here. So Lily gets her directions, and she goes down and meets up with her granddaughter that she adores, and her granddaughter adores her. They have a very special relationship, very special bond. Lily, the grandmother, has been more like a mother than Sarah's real mother. And she's discussing with her here, Sarah, sweetie, do you really want to do this? This is what you really want? We can keep looking. Are you sure this is the right guy? And Sarah's telling her, I got to get on with my life. I can't live in this fantasy world of some other child that I met as a child. And her mother's made sure that she's been to all the therapy sessions and everything to help her drop this fantasy or this childhood memory that she has. And this is Lily just comforting her and being a really great grandmother. So we go into the last storyboard here. This is Sarah's mother and Donald's sister. And Sarah's mother can't be too far away from influential people, and she thinks that Donald's sister comes from a family with a lot of wealth, a lot of money, a lot of power, a lot of influence, and that's what Sarah's mother's always been about. So this is a scene of them talking at the rehearsal, visiting together. And this is the last storyboard in this group for Season 2, Episode 6. I hope you like and subscribe. If you want a copy of the screenplay for free, you can get it on Amazon, of course, but you can send me an email to writersinthestorm2@gmail.com, and I'll send you a copy of it. I don't sell emails, I don't collect emails, I don't trade emails. That's private between us. And I just wanted to finally end with a quick mention about one of the reasons why we like it up here, or like down here at the LTVA so much. There's potable water, there's a place to get sewer, there's just beautiful scenery all around us. We are, I don't know, I like to think of it as a cul-de-sac, but it's actually out on a ridge. And it's you can't drive up to it unless you're coming up to see us specifically. There's gullies all the way around it. It's extremely quiet at night. We live off of solar. We are able to go get our water. We're able to take our wastewater. It's just like a camp, except for everybody's not right on you and you don't have full hookups. And this is Squaw Lake. This is my walk this morning down this road to the reservoir, and this is both sides of it. It's to give you an idea of the beauty that is all around us. So I'm going to leave it there, step off, and I look forward to seeing you, or talking to you and visiting with you in our next vlog, Season 2, Episode 7 of the crossover season. Thanks, guys.